All right. Hello, everyone. Again, this is episode 5 of I Talk to Myself podcast with your host, Miss Demental. Today, my husband and I had a pretty good conversation. I told him I was feeling a little discouraged. Not a whole lot, just a little. I was a little discouraged about not continuing the podcast. I'm going to do it anyways. Um, but I was discouraged about doing the podcast where topic of speaking about God maybe too often. Um, Not from my personal point of view, because I can talk about God all day. I was discouraged about continuing that topic on the podcast because I thought, is anyone really going to tune in as often? Is it too much? And that's where we were both like, oh, that's the demons talking to you because, of course, they don't want you talking about God. um, and I was like, no, you're right. You're right. I don't want to let that in or make me not. But it just comes naturally now, and I can't help it. I can't help not talk about God in aspects of my life because he's a huge aspect. He's in our family, so it's just one of those conversations and topics I had with him. I was just feeling a little worrisome. Um, Not that it's not okay to talk about God. Of course, it's okay to talk about God. But in my flesh, because you have your soul and you have your flesh, my flesh was going, well, no one's going to tune in. They want more interesting things or whatever the pop culture is nowadays. Um, but I don't know. This is the direction my pasta is going. That's the direction it's going to go. Um, and when I was telling him that, he was saying, I wouldn't have bought you this. Wouldn't have gotten it for you if I didn't believe in you. Because I was also feeling a little discouraged. Like, should I keep going? Is it you know worth the time kind of thing that was going through my mind? But he told me that he believes in me and he actually tunes in and I love it, and this whole thing is just really fun. It's just really it's nice to do. It's what I do at night. I unwind. I come in here to my studio, um office studio. Why not? It's a studio now. We have audio set up, so now it's considered a studio. um Yeah, I mean, this is just the direction it's gonna go. It's just me talking to myself, kind of going through whatever Rolodex was going on in my mind now. That's how I picture my mind. It's kind of like a Rolodex, like flip through it. That's how my mind works too. It's not one, and I'm pretty sure this is everyone's mind, to be honest. Do you ever stay on one topic? No. Do you articulate the best um, what you're trying to say, what you're trying to get out? No, I never do. I know I'm terrible at it. In my mind, when I'm going through it, I sound awesome. But then when I start talking about it, when I start vocalizing, it just is a sounds like a train wreck, and you're trying to understand what I'm trying to say. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Topic of God, I always think about. Um, he makes a huge impact. He changes your life for the better, and it impacts you for the better. You change your whole worldview and your mind and your everything changes about you for the better. And that's where I like discussing it because that's what helps me. And I've seen it help other people too. He helps my husband. A big discussion too that I personally have suffered from in the past is depression. Just feeling like you're lost, you're depressed, you don't know what to do. You don't feel worthy, you don't feel like you're connecting with people, you don't feel important. I've suffered from that in my youth growing up, and a touch in my adulthood. But now that I'm a wife, I'm a mother, you know, I feel that's it's someone, once told me it doesn't define who you are. It I mean it does. I'm a wife, I'm a mother. That's the important and that's the importance to me now. Are they taken care of? Did I do um did I do my role as a wife and a mother? And I know, and that's the thing too. When I start talking about um things like this, it can be touchy because some people think, oh, you're owned, or oh, you have a role, you have a duty as a well, yes, we do. My husband has a duty as a husband and a father. He does. I mean, it's just biblically speaking, you know. And the conversation we had today was um very touching to me because I, s- you know, I've always seen him as the spiritual leader of the family, but today it was just, it just really brought me so much joy when I heard him um, look at me. He just look at me as if like, what are you talking about? Yes, you can. Because I was nervous about talking about God, or making it kind of a center um, focal point of my podcast. Um, And he's like, yeah, Jesus had female disciples. They went out and they spread the word. And I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay to talk about. Um, it's okay to talk about God. It's okay to, you know. Anyways, I'm kind of trailing off. I'm kind of rambling. I write notes now, but my notes are just really sloppy and they're kind of all over the place. So it's really hard for me to to pick up on where I was taking notes on because it's not in order at all. And my notes have always been like that. They're terrible. They're never in order because I'll start writing something. Um, I start writing something and then I'm like, oh wait, no, this one's first. So I have like arrows pointing up and then I try to read it. I'm like, well, okay, I kind of skipped that, so I have to go back. um, it's hard. It's hard to try to articulate what you're trying to say. And starting a podcast, and then especially when you are solo, when you're doing a solo podcast, it's kind of difficult, really. I mean, and honestly, it's not really that difficult. You turn on the mic, you pop on the headphones, you just start talking. But then you start your insecurities are like in the back of your mind, and you're like, no one's gonna listen. This isn't even like, what are you talking about? Okay, you're kind of rambling. It's not good. It's like, well, that's fine. I'm on episode 5. I have some more, ideas for what I want to do, where I want to go with it. But right now, this, I talk to myself. I talk to myself. I'm talking to myself. But now it's being recorded for everyone to hear. So, enjoy my mind, if you want, or if you don't want, that's up to you. Uh, or not. um, but yeah, I mean today's conversation with my husband, it was so nice too because we were sitting at the table. We have our son. We're sitting at the table. We're just talking. Um, and I told him, I was like, I never experienced anyone really fully support other than my family, my siblings, my mom. Um, I've never really had someone fully support and fully believe and fully and just be excited about what I'm doing. And it's just a really good feeling. It makes you feel good. Um, Yeah. And I really haven't. I haven't really experienced someone without going, oh, you need to do this or this needs to be better. Because it's like, it doesn't really help. I'm just trying to start out, I'm just starting out doing this little project that I do. Um, After all my responsibilities, the house is clean, I made dinner, the kid's bathed, he's in bed. Okay, everything's good. Okay, I'll jump on. And throughout the day, I take my notes or think maybe this would be clever. But so far, the first couple episodes is really just because that's what I'm really feeling in my heart and in my soul. The more I'm reading my Bible, the more it's just it's hard not to. It's hard not to discuss God and all the amazing things that come from come from come from Him. It's every day. Every day is a gift, and every day is um, in your flesh form. Every day can be a challenge. Um, whether it be um, if you suffer from anger or depression or self worth. Self worth is a big one. That's a big one for me. That was growing up and in my youth, in my 20s. That was really something I struggled with a lot. And I don't know why. Like, why do you not feel good about yourself? What is it? And I, analyze and talk to myself and um, over process, overthink things. Overthinking thing was one. Kind of is still one. But now you get to hear my overthinking, so, you know. You get to hear how I overthink and how ever all over the place I am in my mind. With everything. But I enjoy this. This is fun. I like doing this because I don't know, it's real. I don't really go into editing much. I'm still trying to figure out this microphone thing. It's kind of sounding a little echoey, isn't it? Maybe right there sounds okay. Um, and I'm trying not to have those moments where it's in and out and too loud because when you have it full volume and it's just, whoa, it's right in your ear, no one likes that. Maybe right there. All right, I'll go with that one. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just being brutally honest with yourself and um and I cuz just going through all the thoughts throughout the day that you might have. Um Anyways, going back to depression is a big one. I've seen people suffer from it. I've suffered from it. Um I know how to get myself out of it now. The Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I do. I know how to get out of it now. Um and my child, I go, yeah, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that because my son is one. He doesn't have time for it either. If oh, I want to wallow. Sorry, get up. You don't have time for it. There's no time for that anymore. Um, but I think God really does help. He did help with that. My husband helps with that a lot too. He's helped me a lot with it, and I know he's. I don't want to get into his personal personal demons, but he would always call it the deep dark, the deep deep dark. I'm like, yeah, yeah, I suffered from that too. Um, you can't let it get a hold of you though. You can't let it become you, because it leads to And I know these are touchy subjects, but when you lead to thoughts of end it all, suicide, you can't do that. You can't go down those rabbit holes in the deep dark and want to end your life because take it from me. Who am I? I don't who am I? Just a person that wanted to start a podcast. I'm doing it. I'm jumping in. It's terrible. I mean, honestly, like you know it, I know it. It's terrible. I don't have videos, I don't have music, I don't it's just me talking. Um, and I started to kinda let that go. Not a whole lot, because I was like, "Just do it anyway, who cares? Who's gonna watch it?" I don't know, 6 people? My mom? Yeah, alright, my mom's gonna listen. My husband? Yeah, alright, my husband's gonna listen. Um, I try not to go back and listen to them though, to be honest, because I mean, I do, because I go, "Okay, maybe I need to brush this up. I really need to sound better." To talk more smooth, talk more calm, um, but I don't wanna talk too slow, and I don't wanna talk too fast either, so where do you find that balance? I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. Right now it's episode 5. I think I've gotten a little bit better. Comment below if you think I've gotten better. Trying to sound like I'm a real podcaster. Anyways, yeah, this is kind of how my mind works, to be honest, guys. I'm not very edited. I'm not clean. It's not smooth. Not smooth. I'm not a very smooth not a smooth talker. Um but that comes from being shy too. I grew up so shy. I was really shy. I didn't want to talk. Um I mean I still kind of don't. Still kind of don't. But that's what the beauty of this is. I can get it out, talk, and make it feel like I'm engaging without the stress of someone watching me trying to process my thoughts. I think some might understand what I'm talking about. It's pressure. There's a lot of pressure when someone asks you like job interviews. Do you ever go to a job interview? Tell me where you want to be at in 5 years. Not here. Because in all honesty, you know, who wants to work at somewhere for 5 plus years that you really just doing this to get some money. Let's be real. Let's be real here. Um, yeah, job interviews. I'm not good with job interviews. Those are the worst. Describe yourself. No, I don't think you want me to describe myself. How about you tell me what you think of me right now? Let's flip it. Would you want me to be employed with you right now? um, yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of looking at my notes. They really are all over the place. What am I even trying to say here? Um, I'm thinking about too, like in my teenage years, I I wasn't because I've always believed in God. I've always believed in there's a higher power. We're all here for something. You could feel it. You have a spirit. I'm a sensitive soul. I've always have been. You can feel it. You can feel there's, there is a God. But in my teenage years, um, with all the stuff that was going on, um, I'll get into it later in later episodes probably. Um, but there was a lot of just when you have like bad thing after bad thing after bad thing, and you just go, "What is this? What is this?" You do start to think, what is all this about? What is all this for? Why is it just one bad thing after another? So in my teenage years, I did think I was like, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know what to believe. So I wasn't quite an atheist. That's a little too extreme for me. But I was like, maybe I'm more of an agnostic where I don't really know what to believe. Um, but I think that only lasted for a week because I couldn't. I felt like I was lying to myself. It's like, no, you do know what to believe. You do know what to believe. Um, I just wish I had started reading, actually reading the Bible in my younger years. I really do. I feel like I'm playing catch up. Um, but that's okay. I mean, that's fine. That's why anyone that doesn't own a Bible, get one, start reading it, open it up. You know, start with Corinthians. You know, that's a good one. Listen to how I'm describing the Bible. Start with that one. That one's good. Oh man. Yeah, it really is. You should. You should, accept God, follow God. Um Walk with God every day. Walk with him every day. It helps. It helps cleanse your soul. It helps it, like my episode last night about sleep paralysis. It cleanses that stuff. It really, honestly, in all honesty, that really is demon. It's demonic stuff, man. I don't know. There's just you get these things that attach to you, and you feel it, and even when you're sleeping, you there's just you can't say there's no such thing as demonic energy. There really is. There really is. I mean, it attaches to you, it clings to you, it spreads like a wildfire in your soul. You start getting into the dark stuff. I remember getting into darkness. I mean, not like, I wasn't dressing like goth and I wasn't like, oh, but I was getting into um uncharted territory that you shouldn't be going down. Do you care to explain? Not really. I mean, I don't even know. I was just, watching horror movies and really into without even knowing it, idolizing actors and idolizing um people of like Hollywood, idolizing that stuff. And now I look at it like, it's all right. I still like movies. Don't get me wrong. I still like movies. I still like to watch movies. Um, I enjoy, I enjoy, I still enjoy things, but I just not as much as I used to. I don't put my life into it anymore. I used to put, like, this is my life, my livelihood. I'm the biggest fan. Yeah, that doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter anymore. You can still be a fan. I'm still a fan of stuff. Um, I would still like to. I had dreams of being a screenwriter. I would still like to. It's just different now. It's different now, and it's really hard for me to connect with that stuff anymore because I don't know. Because again, and circling back to it, I still think, well, if I write something, no one's going to like it because it's, you know, to put it in a silly way, it's not cool. It's not the cool thing. It's not what people want to hear. You got to go with what people want. But now I don't do that anymore. I go with what does the Lord want? And honestly, what does my husband approve of? I can't be going off doing whatever I want to. Does my husband approve that I do this? If he doesn't, I probably won't do it. And it sound, you know, I don't even know if I want to get into all that, to be honest. Because you the what some things that I hear nowadays about marriage and you know, don't get married, it's an ownership, oh, the man owns you. That's not what it is at all. I mean, in some cases, there are some there, but you know what? Those are not men of God. That's what I'm going to say about that. You have to find a man of God who leads his family, his wife and his children, leads them in faith. That's what you have to look for, not some punk. I don't really know if I want to put cursing on here. Not some punk ass, right? You don't need some jerk. I've known a few jerks. That's not the ones you want to marry. Don't pine for those ones. But they're cool and they're gonna. Yeah, I always say that because it's true. It's true. Look at all the people. The crowd goes with what is the cool thing to do. Anyway, this is me kind of rambling off again. I'm always rambling. I don't know. I don't know. But honestly, make light of it. I used to beat myself up so much, and I would go, don't say anything. Because it's not cool, man. No, don't say anything because I would get so nervous. I mean, I still do sometimes. I'm like, oh, should I say this? Probably not. Um, but I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore, to be honest. Tonight, I don't even know. Maybe I should just call it a night. But yeah, in my honesty, like my honest opinion, it is really important to have the husband that leads the family. If you can't find, maybe go to a church, start there. Someone who believes in God, someone who draws you closer to God is what you should be looking for. Yeah, I mean that goes for, man and women. Someone that can draw you closer to God. But it's really important for the men to be the leaders. I mean, I know this is going to sound a certain way, especially to any like female viewers, but my personal experience is, I mean, to put it honestly, like my dad did leave the family. He wasn't that leader that we all needed. That's where that's coming from. It's just from personal experience. Wholehearted men need to be the leaders. That's just cut and dry. And that's just, and not like, and it's not like they're in control. The woman doesn't they don't have, my husband is a true man of God and he's the leader of the family. He got me this podcast set to broadcast for the entire world, for my entire 9 viewers to listen to me. Do you really think that he would have done that if he thought, well, the woman doesn't? No, I really don't think he would have got me this for me to be, you know, sitting here and voicing my opinion on things. I mean, that's just, I don't know what else to tell you. But the men, anyways, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. And we're equally yoked, my husband and I. Um, and we're yoked um through Christ. We're equally yoked. I mean, I'm not a relationship expert. I'm not an expert in marriage, nothing like that. So if you don't want the advice, if you don't want to hear it, that's fine. Um, But it really is important. The men do need to lead the family because if they don't, the family breaks. Now, do the women pick up the pieces and move on from there? Yeah, but it causes damage if the man is not the initial leader. Once you have the children involved, once you're married, you have the children involved, you have to lead the family. In faith, and I'm just thinking about my own experience with my father. It breaks the family. The foundation is gone when that happens. So, I mean, that's my thought on that. And I only thought about that because of the conversation my husband and I had this morning. Um, yeah, that was a really nice moment for me, and I'll um, treasure that forever because when I was feeling like discouraged, he said, "No, I believe in you. Do it. Talk about God. I believe that you can do it. I believe in you." He didn't cut me down. He wasn't saying, "Well, it could be better. Well, you need to do." He didn't do any of that. It was just, "I believe in you," and that just completely changed my entire thought that was leading towards don't do it as often, or maybe do more edits, or maybe throw in an AI video. It's like, well, eventually I'll get there. I mean, I'm not really into AI. Honestly, I feel that's just going to, I'm just worried about, man, it's cool in one way because it's like, okay, cool, you can do a cool video or animated video for your channel. But then another way, it's where's the art anymore? Where's the effort put in? Like, where's the sketch drawings and that's what kind of makes me not really into AI. So maybe I'll do my own animations one day. That's a lot of work. I don't know if I have time for that, to be honest, but I think so. I think, quick little sketches, little crude drawings, add some humor or whatever I want. Um, oh wow, this is turning into one of my longest videos. Um, God, I don't even know what I said in the first 30 minutes, so now I don't know if I want to even spend time editing. I kind of rambled on for long enough, I think. Yeah, anyway, that's it. Um, as always, thanks for listening. Take care and God bless.